Hit to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles, compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles, go take care of your business. Success Chronicles, it's deeper than just winning. Success.
So a little bit about me is, I'm a filmmaker, content creator, and just overall sauce maker, man. You know what I'm saying? Cinematographer, man. Cinematography, cinematic. That's my lane, man. I really like doing cool shit, man. And with the cameras, like I like shooting, but not just shooting so much. Like I like kind of being as creative as I possibly can. Yeah. With whatever I'm shooting. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if I'm somewhere and let's say I see a building, right, and the building just has this nice visual element to it, I may come up with an idea of a piece of content to where I want to shoot something where all you just see is shoes, like feet and shoes. You know what I'm saying? You see people walking and stuff like that. It's just because it could be like the most randomest thing that comes to my mind. But like I said, from the Carolinas, man, filmmaker, content creator, been doing that now about 3 years. Of course, got a docuseries that's out on Tubi, Behind the Clippers. Currently in production with some other episodes. And yeah, that's a little bit about me, man, in terms of just the overall. Oh, and go by the essence now.
The essence.
The essence, yes.
All right.
My mother was a very creative person. And the thing is that, I started off doing journalism, and I liked that, but it really wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't feel like, it felt like me, but doing news and stuff like that, I know I wanted to do something else. And I think a lot of times, man, in a spiritual sense, that we all are like really creative. And what happens is that we just don't discover it. Right? And we have something that we're good at, but a lot of us don't discover it. And oftentimes we'll have a certain event that occur in our life that brings us to that place. So my passion honestly really comes from the fact that when I lost my mother in 2020, then to stay connected to her, like as a son, and for her to continue to be my source, I said I would spend as much time as I can with being creative as possible. And a lot of that I talk about the Bible as well in Genesis, when God created all these things and how happy and pleased he was. So I was like, okay, man, that's God's emotion. Like, he really is happy with what he's doing. So I'm like, okay, I need to get closer. Like I need to feel close to my mother, and I want to still be tapping into like my spiritual side. So all of that is my passion, man. And I feel like when I'm creating something, whether it's content or I'm doing something, I'm first doing things that I want to see and things that I like, so I'm making it for myself. But in the same sense, I'm doing it because I'm like, oh, you know what? This is something that my mother would like to look at. So that's really where the passion, because I was always creative, but I had to activate it. And what activated me losing my mother, and now me spending time in that creative space, I stay there. I'm always there and I never leave. So the way it came about is that, once my mother passed and there was a pandemic, they closed the barbershops. And so my barber ended up having to come to my house. So he was mobile, right? And I felt a little sorry for him, just because I can see the fatigue that was in him, because he had to, come in the house, unload the equipment, then break the equipment down, pack up, and then go to the next house, right? So what I was thinking is that I was like, okay, I have to find some type of way to process my mother's death, but I have to do something creative that's going to keep me occupied. So what I did is I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go and interview barbers. And part of it came is because I grew up basically within the barbershop has been always a part of my life. My mother worked right beside the barbershop. It was like my club growing up. So the barbershop has always been connected to me, and a lot of my friends are barbers. So I said, you know what? I'm just want to do an interview just to talk to barbers. That's all. And I went and did that. And so once I went in and knocked that out, right? And the project, you know, I started putting the project together, started putting the interviews together and stuff like that. I shared it with the world, man, and it was so crazy, man. It was, you know, I was online one day and I saw where Dame Dash was looking for independent filmmakers, and I didn't even know nothing. You know, I didn't think nothing of it, man. I just submitted the project with what I had, which was just interviews and me talking like how we doing right now. And I got a call Tuesday, and next thing you know, I was you know, the project made it on Tubi. So that's how it came about, right? In terms of where it's going, this project behind the Clippers is something that's going to be universal. And the reason why I say that is because there are so many levels of conversations of barbering that we could talk about, whether it's the barbers, whether it's the clients, it's the Clippers, the culture within the barbershop, the history of the barbershop, how it in terms of black culture, how we so connected to the barbershop, and just how sacred the space is for men. So even on the mental health aspect. So because there are so many subject levels, this will be a project that is definitely going to go. It's going to be no limits. The sky is truly the limit for this because there's so much that I can talk about. And I feel like while I have my voice, man, I'm going to talk about as much as I can about the project. So right now, 2 episodes is out on Tubi TV, currently in production for two more episodes. And I mean, we're in season 1 right now, but you know, I'm going to continue rolling them out, man, because it's just that great. Man, they can follow me, they can check me out at The Essence on IG. And yeah, that's where I'm at. That's, you know, you can find my stuff, man. And go to Tubi, type in Behind the Clippers, and you'll see me there.
Go get it.